Welcome friends to Literature Mantra. Now this is just a small video on Jamia's MA entrance exam. In this I will just talk about the essay type questions which come in the MA English entrance of Jamia. Now the first thing that you should prepare is Romantic era. So what was Romanticism? You should know at least brief definition. Then when you talk about the Romantic age or Romanticism, do mention Wordsworth's lyrical ballads and in particular Wordsworth's idea of poetry. For example, he said that poetry for him was a spontaneous flow of emotion recollected in tranquility, right? Then you should compare and contrast this with the earlier neoclassical notions of poetry or literature as to how literature should be written. After that, again, you should compare and contrast this with T.S. Eliot's view on poetry. Now, if you recall, T.S. Eliot said that poetry is not a turning loose of emotion, but an escape from emotion. It is not the expression of personality, but an escape from personality. Okay, in his famous work called Tradition and the Individual Talent. Okay, and as I said, you should compare and contrast this with Wordsworth's notion of poetry, which he described as the spontaneous overflow of powerful emotions. And furthermore, he says that it takes its origin from emotion recollected in tranquility, and so on. So while talking about the Romantic era or Romanticism, don't limit yourself only to Wordsworth or Coleridge or Keats or Shelley. Okay, of course you have to talk about these four, but along with that, compare and contrast this with the prevailing notions of literature or poetry in the previous era and also the succeeding era. Okay, so in the neoclassical era, which preceded the Romantic era, and also the succeeding era, which was the modern era. Okay, after this you should prepare something on the Victorian novel. Okay, now talk about the varieties of novels that were written. So do talk about Charles Dickens, especially his didactic novels. Also talk about George Eliot's novels, which provided psychological insights. Then also talk about William Thackeray, his novels, how the novels of William Thackeray were different from the novels of Charles Dickens. Because Thackeray didn't really write to teach something. He was a realist and a kind of moralist, and he satirized whatever used to happen in his society. Of course, he too was a realist, just like George Eliot was, just like Charles Dickens was, but explain how his writings differ slightly from Charles Dickens and George Eliot. Okay, and I'm specifically mentioning these three writers because these are very important. And along with this, talk about lady novelists. For example, Charlotte Bronte and of course George Eliot I have mentioned, but talk about how lady novelists were also making a huge literary contribution. Of course, their contribution was not as much as of the male novelists because females were not supposed to take up writing as a career. Okay, but there was no dearth of talent in women writers. Just have a look at the works of George Eliot. Her works are wonderful. Just have a look at the work of Charlotte Bronte. Okay, so talk about these. And in particular also mention George Eliot's work called the Silly Novels by Lady Novelists. This was an essay which George Eliot wrote. And of course, along with this, do talk about realism. Okay, because Victorian fiction or Victorian prose, especially the novel, is known for its realism. After that, let's move on to the modern era. Prepare something on modernism as well. First of all, you should write on what modernism is. Give the definition of modernism. Then what are modernists' work like? For example, give the example of James Joyce's Ulysses. Along with that, you can give the example of T.S. Eliot's Wasteland. And also try to show how the modern era or the literature of the modern era was different from the literature of the preceding centuries. After that, you should prepare something on literature or theatre of the absurd. In particular, quote the works of Samuel Beckett. Okay. After this, the most important is stream of consciousness technique, writing technique. So mention James Joyce, the works of James Joyce and Virginia Woolf. Very, very important. If you are writing anything about stream of consciousness writing technique, then do mention the works of these two writers. Okay. And another thing which you should prepare from modern era is symbolism. Prepare something on symbolism. For example, symbolism in the poetry of W.B. Yeats and T.S. Eliot. Because see, W.B. Yeats is someone who uses a variety of symbols, and so does T.S. Eliot, especially in his work called The Wasteland. Okay, so prepare something on what exactly symbolism is and give examples from the works of W.B. Yeats as well as T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland. Okay, after that, let's move on to the postmodern era. Now, you should be able to at least broadly define what postmodernism is, and along with this, quote Lyotard's definition. Now, remember what Lyotard said about postmodern? He famously said that postmodern is incredulity towards meta-narratives. Okay, the postmodern era is characterized by this incredulity towards meta-narratives. This is a very famous phrase. It has become a very famous phrase now. Okay, after this, give some examples of postmodern literature. How postmodern literature is different from earlier literatures which were present in or prevalent in the Victorian era or the Romantic era. For example, talk about the difference in plot, talk about characterization, talk about the role of the author, bring in concepts like the death of the author. So now readers have a freedom to decide what the ultimate meaning of a text is. There is no longer a fixed third person or omniscient narrator or omniscient author, which used to be earlier in the Victorian era. And of course, give some examples. Okay. And in postmodern era, you should prepare something also on magic realism. Now, while writing on postmodernism, you can write also something on magic realism. But my suggestion would be try to prepare something exclusively also on magic realism. Okay, magic realism nowadays is quite important. Magic realist mode of fiction. That's what I mean. Then first of all, define what magic realism is. Then talk about the works of Salman Rushdie or Gabriel Garcia Marquez, because these two writers are very famous for using the magic realist mode. Talk about the characteristics of literature which is written in the magic realist mode. Okay. Then another thing which I think you should prepare is prepare something on art for art's sake. Art for art's sake versus art for life's sake. Now, you must have heard about art for art's sake, and probably you have also heard about art for life's sake. Now, there can be a question on which of these is better. So if you have a question which wants you to take sides, my suggestion would be don't take sides. Write a balanced answer. So your answer should include examples. First of all, definition of art for art's sake, then examples of literature that are or that can be classified under the category of art for art's sake. After that, give some examples of literature which follow the principle of art for life's sake. See, art for life's sake means art for a social purpose, not just social purpose, but art for a purpose. It can be a social purpose, political purpose, didactic purpose, any purpose. Okay, so prepare something on this. And if you see most of modern literature is mostly, I think, mostly can be classified under art for art's sake. So you should, in your conclusion, write that both of these categories of literature have their own utility or usefulness, but we shouldn't abandon art for life's sake. That is also important, because how else will you teach morals and principles and virtue? Remember what Plato and Aristotle had in mind, that even art, even poetry should have a purpose, and that purpose should be to teach virtue. Okay, so for them, for Aristotle and Plato, things like art for art's sake was absolutely trash. They did not agree with all of this. For them, art should have a purpose, and that was teaching virtue or inculcating virtue in people or in the common populace. And see, the list of what you should prepare for essay type questions, for Jamia's MA entrance, I can go on and on and on. But the thing is, there should be enough time to prepare. So at least prepare these, okay? And of course, don't forget to revise your notes. And when you are there in the exam, try to recollect your thoughts and try to interconnect, okay? Try to interrelate your ideas. For example, if you are writing about a particular author or a particular era, don't limit your answer only to that era or to that author. Try to compare and contrast, okay? And for this, I've also made a video, okay? Try to watch that video. I'm giving that link on WhatsApp. It is also available on our YouTube channel, okay? How to write better or good answers. So do watch that if you get time, and it might be helpful for you, okay? After that, one more thing I would like you to prepare is Marxist literary criticism. Prepare something on this. First of all, you should define what Marxist literary criticism is, and even for this, I have made a video you can check on my YouTube channel, and I'm also giving that link on WhatsApp. So just have a look at that. It might be helpful. Okay, so this is about it. I won't suggest more topics. I can go on and on and on, but the thing is, there's no end to preparing topic after topic. There's no end to that. Okay, so just try to prepare some important things and just try to revise your notes. Okay, and best of luck for Jamia.